Now, if you're a South African, I'm sure you've heard the word Lilizela. It's a Zulu word which means to celebrate and praise with ululation, especially when somebody has achieved something great. Now, this is exactly the spirit of celebration that is invoked by the Lilizela Tourism Awards, and the 5th edition of which is to take place this Sunday at the Sandton Convention Centre, being hosted by Thapelo Mokoena and Masechaba Ndlovu. Now, here to discuss the importance of the Lilizela Awards to the tourism industry is the CEO of South African Tourism, Mr. Sisa Ntshona. I just had to handle the protocol, you know, handle it all quite well. How are you doing, my brother?
Protocol observed.
Very, very good to have you here. And another year where we are celebrating our tourism sector. Let's just first talk about the importance of the Lilizela Tourism Awards to the industry and why it is so worthwhile for institutions to enter themselves.
Absolutely, man. It's our annual shindig, right, where we all clean up and come to the awards. Yeah. It's about recognizing the best of the best in this country and really profiling and showing an example, to others who are either in the sector itself or those that are thinking of entering the sector in terms of what are the standards, what really is the best of the best that South Africa has to offer.
Yeah. And why would you say it's so important to be boosting this industry in the country? You were telling me earlier on about the fact that the Minister of Finance even mentioned how important it is. Why?
He mentioned 3 times.
3 times.
Right?
3 times.
Yeah. I mean, look. I mean, it's no secret that our economy is in a crisis. We've got a huge deficit that we're going to try to plug in, and tourism is one of the sectors that has been identified as contributing towards this growth. So we really want to dial up in what we are doing around tourism. We really want to make sure that the impact of tourism is felt throughout this economy, not just in the major nodes, but right across the 9 provinces that we have. Tourism is very labor absorptive, naturally lends itself to really absorbing people into the space. Yes. And we want to grow our contribution to the GDP, and really as a sector to say, well, we may find ourselves in hardships, but tourism is one area that we can really progress on.
Yeah. Looking out for the entrepreneurs out there, where would you say the opportunities lie? Where do they need to plug into in order to get into being part of the industry and then making that money at the end of the day?
I mean, it's absolutely great for entrepreneurs, especially small businesses. I always say to them, every small business tries to look for new markets overseas, as an example, to make sure that their product is distributed and known all over the world. Guess what? Tourism brings those foreign markets to your doorstep, right? We bring the Swedish, we bring the Germans, we bring the Americans literally to your doorstep. So essentially, it is an export-driven environment, right? We bring a lot of forex from that perspective. But also as well, we're looking for new ideas. People are going to disrupt the space, who are going to find new and unique ways of really profiling South Africa, both to international and also, more importantly, domestic, right? So we don't know our country. There's a joke in our industry that says, if you want to know South Africa, you ask a foreigner, because they tend to know a lot more about it. So it really is about promoting South Africans to travel their country a bit more. And just to give you a little sneak preview, on the 26th of November, we'll be coming up with something proper that really targeted around domestic tourism.
All right, plug into your Feel Good Breakfast you.
Of course.
Okay, listen, and then finally, very special, something that's happening on Sunday, the Hall of Fame induction, the very first of its kind. So who is the honoree? Are you allowed to divulge such information?
I don't even know.
You don't? Okay, but tell me about it.
I don't even know. The Minister of Tourism felt it, appropriate to really start a Hall of Fame.
Yes.
And to really find those stalwarts, those that have been contributing towards the sector for a long time, which haven't been recognized. And it's totally at a discretionary. So next day, there may not be an award. But it's really when she finds those gems to really punt them and show them and acknowledge them publicly in terms of the role that they play in tourism.
Fantastic. Well, we look forward to getting that news come Sunday, and thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for promoting the South African tourism industry. I mean, of course, we've got travel blogs like The Lonely Planet there saying that South Africa is one of the top 10 countries to travel to in 2018. So it just kind of shows you exactly where we are as a tourism industry. So for you out there who has these bright ideas that Sisa was talking about, then capitalize. This is your opportunity. Once again, thank you very much to the CEO of South African Tourism.
Thank you. That's very